Hello again, this is Sam Houston, and welcome to My Front Porch. Smelling roses needs to be routine for everyone. I've been called many things in my life, and a few of those names may not have been very complimentary. But the one thing I do not believe anyone has ever called me is lazy. From the very beginning, my folks demonstrated and communicated to me the value of a good work ethic and the pride a person should take in his work. I witnessed my mother work on their acreage side by side with my dad, doing tasks that most women would never even consider undertaking. She might be swinging an axe or even digging out a tree stump when she needed to. Whatever needed to be done, she was in the middle of the task and doing what she could to get the work completed. There was never, ever any complaining, just a sense of commitment to her work and what was before. Uncommon for men, especially for the period when my dad lived, when the two partners completed their work outside, Dad might throw a load of laundry in the washer or start dinner while Mom was the first one in the bathtub. The two of them worked together as a team, and no task was beneath them or was ever labeled as man's work or woman's work. It was simply work. Normally, I go to the office on Saturday and work for at least half a day, and then do the same thing again on Sunday. My friends and readers sometimes comment they saw my car at the paper early or on a weekend and ask if I ever take time off. The truth is, I really do take time off from my work. Work is something I enjoy and is an important part of who I am. With all that being said, I did something different this past weekend, a rare departure from my norm. On Friday night, I took my wife to a theatrical performance of Young Frankenstein. Before the show, we ate dinner, strolled around the square, and did a little shopping, and then stopped at a quaint wine bar and had a beverage before the show. It was a terrifically nice, quiet evening spent with someone special. It was something I don't often do. The best thing about the weekend was the fun continued on Saturday. My wife and I got up Saturday morning while I usually had been at work. I took the time to take my wife out to breakfast and then on to our granddaughter's soccer game. Besides the game, there was the bonus that I got to hold my 4-month-old grandson as we watched his sister play. The level of joy I received in holding Cowboy is very difficult to describe, but it makes me happier than I ever thought or imagined. He and I had a nice visit while the game transpired. Admittedly, I did most of the talking, but I sure enjoy spending the time with my youngest ranch hand. After the game, I ran a few necessary errands and then picked up my wife, and we went to Fort Worth to see an afternoon performance of the Broadway show based on legendary musician Neil Diamond. A generous friend gave me their tickets, and the show was simply terrific. As a lover of the arts, just being at Bass Hall is thrilling. It's such a spectacular performance hall. After the dinner show, the two of us went out to an early dinner in Fort Worth, and on the way home stopped at our favorite grocery store, Central Market, and had a fun time buying food items we customarily would not purchase. I got some great prosciutto and other Italian deli meats to enjoy while I watched the Cowboys on Monday night, and Teresa got some quail for a special meal she envisioned. It was all a little bit of an extravagance, but we'll enjoy the evening all over again when we dine on what we bought. In all, in the period of about 30 hours, we saw 2 shows at 2 different theaters, ate at 3 different restaurants, drank in 2 different bars, shopped in different stores, and simply enjoyed being together and enjoying life. For me, this was a very rare 30 hours and worth every penny. The entire weekend was pleasant, fun, enjoyable, and something which I need to do more often. Life moves too fast. We all need to stop and enjoy the life we're living because one day it'll be over and those opportunities are gone with the wind. Granted, we did a lot of living in one weekend, but there was still Sunday for me to work on this column and a lot of other things. The difference is that today I feel better about experiencing my life instead of simply working through my life. No, I'm not going to give up working on Saturday or Sunday or occasionally late night or even early in the morning. But I am going to be more measured about how I work and remember that the pleasure of being with my wife, my grandchildren, my friends and family is something I want and need in my life. No matter how much pleasure and joy I get from work, it'll never replace the joy I have engaging with those with whom I love. I hope that I was just slow to the party and that most of you figured this out a long time ago. Sometimes my gunpowder is a little damp and slow to fire. You only live once, but if you do it right, once will be enough. Thought for the day. It's hard for a cowboy to smell the roses when he's always working from the back of a good horse. Until next time, I'll keep riding the storm out.
You've been listening to From My Front Porch with Sam Houston. Brought to you by the Granbury Theater Company. You can catch Sam's column every week in the print edition of the Gatesville Messenger or online at gatesvillemessenger.com.